Hey guys, and welcome back to another Subaru WRX vlog. I've just embarked on a pretty long trip, so I thought it was a good time to talk about whether or not the Subaru WRX is a good car for road trips. The question that I'm really looking to address here is, can the Subaru WRX 2015 and above be a comfortable car to spend lots of hours in? I also think it's an important metric to find out whether or not the Subaru WRX is mechanically a car that you want to take on road trips. For many of you out there that own a Subaru WRX, tuning is something that you either have done or plan on doing. I'm going to be referring to this video all at stock. Every time you tune a car, it's different, it's hard to predict, so I'm talking about this car's stock. Before I get started into the video, if you want to see more Subaru WRX content or automotive content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. So why am I the person that should tell you whether or not this car is good on road trips? I drive my WRX a lot. I commute over 2.5 hours a day for work, and on weekends I make between 2 and 5 hour drives pretty much every day. That being said, I feel that I have a lot of experience of spending a lot of time in my WRX, and I'm still relatively new to the car, so I'm able to give kind of an unbiased review of what it's like to spend a lot of time in this car. This is the limited model, so it does come with the leather seats and a few interior modifications that make the car a little bit more bearable. But that shouldn't change whether or not it's a good car to go on road trips with. So let's get into it. From an interior standpoint, which is what many of you guys will use as a metric to assess this, spending a lot of time in seats of a car can be really painful if you're in the wrong type of seat or the seat doesn't fit you properly. Some car manufacturers also just make really crap seats, and it's like impossible to spend long periods of time in them. So I'm a pretty big guy, and I fit into the seat relatively well. I think if you're any larger than I am, it might be uncomfortable after a while, but you know, out of all the time I've ever driven this car, I've never been uncomfortable in this seat. I guess my one complaint is because it's leather, it gets super cold when I get into the car for the first thing every day. Let's talk about visibility. Another thing that can affect you when you're driving on a long trip is visibility. You know, if you have to constantly crane your neck and look around, you know, you can cause discomfort in your neck and back. One thing that Subaru is well renowned for is creating cars with perfect visibility, with very few blind spots and great viewing out of the front of the car. That being said, I've never had problems with visibility. You know, I can see pretty much anything I need to see with this quick turn in my neck. I don't have to strain my neck. I don't have to like turn my back too much. It's pretty good. I think every other aspect of this car is pretty normal to any other sedan, and I think that's maybe a plus for Subarus, and I think it's also a downside. You know, when you buy a WRX, you want a really sports-oriented car. From an interior standpoint, you're not really getting that, but that can be a good thing because it's easy to spend time in here. Now, there is one thing that stinks about this car, and it is the sound system. The stock sound system is awful, and it's especially noticeable when you spend long periods of time in this car. Whether it's the Bluetooth logging you out after a while or not recognizing your phone, or just the tinny sound that the stock speakers make, it's really hard to enjoy music, especially over long periods of time. So yes, from an interior standpoint, the Subaru WRX offers quite a lot for long road trips, and it's probably a really good option. If you're really into listening to music while you drive, you might want to upgrade your speakers. Now, I think another really important metric, especially as a young adult, that plays into whether or not a car is good at taking on road trips is the gas mileage and drivability of the vehicle. No one wants a car that's going to break down on them or guzzle gas. My previous car, which was a Genesis Coupe, guzzled gas on road trips. You know, I would drive for 2 hours and I'd have to fill my tank up again. When I drive to work in intelligent mode, I make 33 to 37 miles to gallon of premium, which in my opinion is just incredible for the performance that I'm getting out of the car. Mechanically, this car is also really sound. Rarely do you hear about people in the stock form experiencing terrible reliability issues, and I myself haven't had any. Being a Northeasterner, I also need to know my car is going to get through anything. Again, back to when I owned my Genesis Coupe, I had made road trips where all of a sudden it started to snow, and I was in rear-wheel drive. For those of you that have experienced that, it is awful. So that being said, the Subaru WRX offers a great platform for drivability on road trips. And all in all, I think you guys have concluded exactly what I've concluded. The Subaru WRX is a fantastic car for road trips. There really aren't any creature comforts they don't address other than the sound system, which out of the box you could purchase from a Subaru dealer and get the Harman Kardon package for the car. That does add quite a cost, and it might be more sensible to upgrade on your own. But other than the sound system, I think it is a perfect car for road trips, and nothing really stands out for me for things that could be negative. But like all my videos, what's really important is to hear from you guys. I want to know exactly what you think about road trips in your WRXs. Have you ever taken a long trip and been super uncomfortable after doing it? Let me know in the comments below. And for those of you guys that have upgraded your sound systems and not used the OEM options, what did you use? Was it worth it? And how much did it cost? Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more WRX content.